Good afternoon, guys. It's another edition of Nuclear Reactions from your very own dating friend or dating guy, or whatever you want to call me, um, here on YouTube. Guys, you can follow me on twitter.com/Caudillo Nuclear, twitch.tv touch Nuclear Caudillo if you want to see my gaming stuff. My stuff's also streamed to there. And then my Instagram, um, Instagram.com/nuclearcaudillo. You can join the Patreon if you want some coaching. I'm going to start posting more in-depth kind of cutting edge dating advice, stuff that I learned on like last week. So just a reminder, if you guys want to join, it's $5. You get a week of trial period. So other than that, if you guys want to donate, my email is nuclearcaudillo@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll get the show on the road. So guys, I've been it's a little early in the day. Let me know if my mic is good. It's a little early in the day, but I got a couple things to do later. I got a nail appointment, so I decided to get my claws cleaned up and all that stuff, hygiene and all that. So also going to salsa night tonight. So got a lot of things going on, so I'll do it earlier. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about the one of your best allies when you guys go on a date or picking up chicks out in the wild, right? And one of the best allies you have is the bartender. Bonus if she's a female bartender. And a lot of guys, when they start in the dating thing, they don't want to take they don't want to take, or they don't want to take multiple girls, if they're actively dating, to the same bar, or else they'll think that the staff there or other regulars will think badly of them. What he's a player. He's running some kind of trafficking women, whatever the worst thing you can say about that guy. But in reality, it's quite the opposite. People, first off, people like that you're frequenting their business, as long as you're polite and respectful, as long as you tip well. Also, like humans, when we see the same person over and over again, it means that you chose their place as your favorite place, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, he thinks we're cool, he likes the area, so there's already kind of like that appreciation um, for that person and for that establishment. And then on top of that, guys, people like socially calibrated people that are living life and doing them. Like if you're a young bartender and you see a guy like in his 30s bringing hot girls, that kind of gives you hope as a guy. Like, wow, this guy has figured it out and he's such a nice guy, but also he's good with the ladies. So and he's not rich. He doesn't run up $300 tabs. So it's people like to see other people win for the most part, as long as it doesn't remind them of their own failures. But yeah, those are the main reasons why people tend to want you to be happy, but not at their own cost. Just like they want to feel good about you feeling good. So really, in reality, there's not really anything to worry about if you're bringing multiple women to the same bar or the same establishment, right? I would say that it can get excessive. You're bringing two girls a day every day. I mean, what else are you doing with your life? That's a little too much. You should probably focus on other things. But I mean, like twice a week, 3 times a week tops. If you're bringing a different girl, you're trying to date around and stuff. You bring the same girl. Sorry, you bring different girls to the same place. They'll be like, okay, cool. He's giving us money. He's polite, respectful, and he tips well. Whatever. Um, so yeah, let's get into it. So the bartender, usually they're Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're not going to be that busy. So that's why I say um one of the best things that you can do is to go on dates on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, because the bar is not busy. Usually the music's lower, there's more seating, more parking. Logistically, it's so much better. On the weekends, like Thursday, you're pushing it, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's out of control. A lot of parking issues. The bar is full. The bartenders are stressed out and busy, and it's just not a conducive day to like meet a girl for the first time. You save the weekends for your friends and family and for the yes girls, the girls that are down for you, that are like you already met and interfaced with a couple times. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, possibly, depending on how packed your city or areas, are the days you want to go to the bar and go and meet women. Because other than that, there's too many variables that can come in between you and having a good first date. So, yeah, so bartenders tend to be, I'm not gonna say nicer, but like more willing to help you out, more willing to serve you, more willing to get you drinks, make you better drinks on those days because simply it's just not busy and packed. And also, they can have a chat. They like I really don't mind if I'm on a date with a girl and the bartender comes up and we start chatting and he cuts in with some cool, interesting story. It just adds to the human interaction. It's a it's a way to display social calibration for her. Like you're so cool with everyone there. And it makes people feel comfortable when you're socially calibrated and able to hold a conversation and include and exclude people. So it's all good. So obviously with that social calibration, if you have to go on a date on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just know that the bartender is probably gonna be super busy, not gonna want to talk to you as much. So keep that in mind. Don't just try to like, have full on conversation with someone that's busy, dropping dropping glasses and bumping into people and kind of annoyed and just mind your surroundings and mind the situation. So yeah, 90% of the time the bartenders will be on your side. Yes, there are some female bartenders that feel some type of way, but trust me, most, especially female bartenders, they've seen the absolute worst from men. To them, a guy bringing multiple girls to the bar is not a big deal. Like it is like whatever. But they have seen absolutely worse from men. They've seen men that are creeps. They've seen men try to pull a fast one on a girl. They've seen men probably fight over another man over something stupid. Like they've seen actually how pathetic men can get because alcohol makes you release the stupid. So I think that you being a calm, collected guy, bringing a girl and and they see that you're pulling the chair out for her, and she's like she's leaning into you, she's having a good time. Bartenders like to see the best in men, and I know from a female gynocentric perspective that looks like you're just using canned PUA techniques, but in reality, it takes a lot of like social skill in order to get a girl to react to you like that, right? So what you need to do is as you bring more girls and then they start seeing like, oh, this guy's really like cool, like he's and also he's like he just gets it, he pulls the chair off for her, he's building kino escalation with her, he's making her laugh, he's not as soon as she goes to the bathroom, you're not opening Tinder and Hinge to swipe because they see that too. Don't do that, right? Don't Absolutely don't do that. And he's paying for the drinks, he tips well. Like this guy's the man, like this guy's cool in my book, like he knows how to treat the lady, he knows how to treat the staff. He just likes women, or he's just trying to find the love of their life, right? And sometimes the female bartenders were even like kind of give you advice. I mean, obviously I don't need it, but like if like, hey, I liked her, what's up with her, I like what happened to the girl last week, she was cute, and you can have a conversation and all that stuff. Obviously, what's best for you. I don't think a woman can tell you what's best for you, but it's good to just have a little bit of social interaction. So hi Tadeo, what's up? Walter, what's going on, man? Abel, what's going on? Jack, what up, Jack? Hey, I found a good deck for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel. My brother, the one he used to annihilate me, he just told me about it. So um we'll we'll have a rematch or have our duel again. Um okay, we got Walter Phillips. I haven't seen you, Walter Phillips, but I appreciate you being here. And adding to the watch hours I need to be monetized. So I appreciate you, Walter. I'm sorry that my schedule for filming or for lives is a little all over the place. It's just the nature of my job, my responsibilities, and all that stuff. So I will do my best to kind of give you guys more of a schedule. But just know that 1 p.m. I go on the Dragon Ship, and then on Sundays I have a show with Jack Napier on his channel called Post Zero, where we discuss anything on Rule Zero and just kind of, it's more like a chill stream. You got guys like Red Hawk and Governor Megatron coming on there. We had Cappy surprise us last week. So guys, it's a good show. Um, if you guys want to kind of support us. And we talk red pill stuff, but we also kind of veer off into more nerdy stuff, more current. It's like more of a chill stream. So thank you guys for supporting, and welcome Walter Phillips. Oh, we got Kate in the chat. How you doing, Kate? Let us know when you get to super. Let me just bring this up. Let us know when you get to super chat level. I'm excited for it. Yeah, me too. I'm about like 450 watch hours, which every day I get like 20 watch hours. So, and also I've been lazy with my streaming, so I'm gonna just start streaming a lot. So yeah, I'll try to start getting interviews set up too, and hopefully by the end of the year, I'm making enough to maybe buy my groceries or keep Tadashi off the pole on this channel and on my other stuff. So oh, also I forgot to mention, if you guys want some like personalized training and you guys want me to take your life situation and like kind of analyze it, and if you guys want an hour of my time and I can coach you, I can coach you through several things. I do work out 5 times a week, and I do have a decent physique. I do have plenty of experience with the ladies. I do have a lot of military experience, so leadership stuff. Stress management, how to use your hobbies to attract women, how to be a better person overall. You guys can just hit me up on nuclearcaudillo@gmail.com, and we'll set up a call or just a chat or whatever you guys need. And if not, just join my Patreon. So anyway, moving on. So yeah, the number one thing you guys have to know though, when you're going to these places, you have to tip well. Like that is the glue that is what you send. That's the message you send to the bartender. Now, I have personal stories about me tipping well and how well has gone for me, right? But I'll leave that towards the end. I always leave the personal stories for the end, right? But um, I know that if you guys aren't in the United States, I know that tipping culture isn't really big overseas in Europe, and even I think some places, if you tip, it's seen as like condescending and kind of looking down on the person. Realize that if you live in a place without a tipping culture, then maybe just lead with your charm, lead with friendliness. Give a hug to the bartender, ask him about his day, how's this, how's your dog. People like that. People need that, especially in today's world, post pandemic. People tend to be more isolated than ever. So use your charm, use your human, your social skills, and realize that people are people. And even if it's not a big deal to you, when someone that I barely know asks me something personal about my life, I'm surprised and I appreciate it, because it just means that someone cares. Now I don't need them to care that much, but it's nice to get asked about, like, hey, how's work? How was that big project with work that you mentioned a month ago? I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, this and that. So guys, yeah, just use your game charm. It's game. It's game is game, right? So make sure that if you can't tip, lead with that. Lead with charm, charisma, human connection. Show that you care, and people will like you. It's just that. But tipping in the United States is first. So like I said, if I go to the bar and I only have 2 beers and both beers are $12, then I'm tipping $6, right? And then people are like, oh, that's so much. Like, what, $6? Like, this is America. Everyone makes a lot of money if you want to, right? So, $6 is nothing. What are you gonna do with $6 is like a coffee and a croissant at Starbucks. So it's like that $6 pays dividends, right? And let's say you have $50 worth of drinks, tip 15 or 20, right? What is $20 gonna? Are you gonna miss $20? I don't know. If you're going to the bar every day, you have a problem. Number one. Number two, you should probably spend your time and money on something else, right? But um, this only works too if you only frequent the same place over and over again. So like part of the work of dating is to go scout your favorite places. It doesn't have to be a bar. It could be a wine bar. It could be an ice cream shop. It could be a coffee shop, right? Depending on if you drink or you don't drink. But make sure you scout your places, and be, turn on the charm, like say hi to people, situational awareness, if you especially if you have a pet or a dog or an animal, or like a dog, like bring your dog sometimes. People will automatically think you're a cool guy because you have a dog, right? Don't bring a dog on the first date, but you get my drift. Just put in the work to get to know these places. That way when the girl shows up with you, everyone will be like, just like Beauty and the Beast, when the Beast um showed up with Belle, I think. Everyone in that haunted castle kind of was rooting for Beast. Obviously, they were cursed too, so they had an incentive. But They all did everything they could to make sure that Belle would fall in love with Beast, and that's the same kind of dynamic. You want to set everything up beforehand. That way, when you walk in with your Tinder princess or your Hinge princess, everything goes smoothly, and she'll feel like, wow, this guy actually cares. He put in the work. He planned the date. I feel like he knows everyone. I feel safe. He's socially calibrated. He's not weird. And, you know, you'll you'll do have to do minimum um, work on the date besides just talking. Um, so yeah, tipping is paramount. Tip, like don't be cheap. If you don't want to tip a lot, then you know, like just know that no one likes a cheapskate. No one, right? And it's just that's the reality in the United States. Europe is different, but here in the United States, no one likes a cheapskate. I know I dated girls that were waitresses and servers, and they they don't care that much. It's not like devastating to them that you don't tip well, but they know who does and who doesn't, and they really like when people do. It's their they appreciate it. Yeah. So let's see what I have here. Oh, also like be patient. If you go to a bar and you're not getting served the minute you sit down, don't lose your mind. Don't be mad. Just you know, tell them, hey, take your time. It's okay. We're here for a while. Like kind of like let the person know that you're not a dick. That's relax. I'm just here to enjoy the establishment. I know you're busy. People appreciate that. So always be kind, just like you would anyone else. But your bartenders are quite literally trying to see you win. So why not be kind and not a dick, right? Um, so female bartenders. I know this is like kind of what more of this topic is because the bros are the bro. Your bros are your bros. Like if your male bartender knows about you and is your kind of your homie, like they want to see you win regardless. But female bartenders, they actually don't really mind that you're bringing multiple girls. As long as you treat the girls with respect and you treat her with respect and you tip well, they don't care, right? For the most part, my experiences corroborate that, and I've been doing this for like 2 years. Going to the same couple bars, um, and for the most part, it's not only for bringing a girl, for just meeting a girl at that place. At salsa night, like at the bar I go to, bars are doing this sneaky thing where they have like a charge where it's like 15% tipping charge because people tend to forget their card and not tip and all that stuff. But on top of that, I tip a little more. Um, I only have like what two margaritas and a beer or something or a Modelo, and then I kind of never have to wait for a drink. If I pull a girl from the dance floor, I say like, "Hey, two." I just go like this too, and he knows exactly what I want. I have social proof because now, I'm like flexing my power. I just say two. He brings me one for me, one for the girl. I talk, and that's just social proof. It's not that much social proof, but it's still social proof, right? So that's what happens when you frequent the same bar. You treat your bartenders with respect and courtesy, tip well. It just all comes together. It's just why wouldn't you want to do that? I know that you may have to spend an extra $100 a month on tipping, $150 a month on tipping, but just know dating isn't cheap in the United States, right? There are ways around it. Like I described before, the wine bar in my last video, wine bar is really cheap. $30 bottle of wine, $10 tip. Both of you are probably sauced up by the end of the date. But if you're going to a bar or anything like that, you know, if you spend $20 on drinks, why not tip 10? That'll stand you out from people, and you'll be that guy. Um, let's see. We got a chat from Alex. Hey Alex, what you doing, man? Tuning in at these hours, bro? You don't work? No trabajas. Nice to see you, man. Let's see what you got. For me, all bets are off when I see if another table is getting served, if they came in after me, especially if I've been waiting 15 minutes or more. Yeah, it goes both ways too. I know a lot of people say it's like a some people say blame race because like if you're a brown or black person, you automatically tip low so they don't want to worry about you. Some people say it's just the other table tips better, whatever it is. Like, yeah, I get it. You gotta have some dignity too. You're like, I'm not gonna wait 20 minutes to get helped, um especially if I'm with a female, you know but for the most part, if that happens, I would just get up and leave. For me, my limit is 20 minutes. If it's super busy, 20 minutes. If it's normal, like 5, 10 minutes, like 10 minutes. Cause yeah. Si trabajo. I'm a truck driver just waiting for a load. Yeah, I work too, man. I got the day off today, so doing my like errands and streaming and all that stuff, getting all the way because tomorrow I got a trip out in East Texas, and then Friday I think I'm working in Irving, Texas, and then next week I'll be gone outside of Texas. So I'm taking this day to like kind of relax and all that stuff. So Walter says, "Whoa, that's a long time, 20 minutes." Yeah, I guess it is a long time, but like, what I'll do is like I'll arrive and I'll be like, "Excuse me, I'm going to the bathroom, freshen up." If it's super packed, but usually I don't go out to bars where they're packed. Like unless I have a reservation, it's a birthday or something special event, I don't go to bars when they're super packed. So, yeah, 20 minutes is my max when it's like on a Friday or a brunch or Sunday. So, yeah. Um, So yeah, so moving on. Thanks guys for the participation. I really appreciate it, especially at this hour. Um, so yeah, tip well, be patient. Female bartenders too. What I've noticed is that they tend to go a little the extra mile for you. I think it's because male bartenders don't expect much tipping, so they're like, yeah, they kind of accept it. But I always tip my male bartenders, female bartenders the same. And if I see if the male bartender's like, these immigrant Mexican dude or something that just trying to make a living, I kind of tip better. That's just because I'm I'm a son of immigrants, so it's kind of like trying to for the raza, to help someone out. But yeah, I got another for Alex. I drive all over the USA, but my state of residence is Texas. My home is Killeen. Hey, right where Fort Hood is at, or Fort Cavazos now. Okay. Killeen. Where is Killeen? I like drive there. Killeen. I think I drive by there all the time. Oh, okay. I know where you're at. Yeah, it's between Dallas and Austin. I thought it was more out west. Yeah. I'm gonna guess it's a pretty nice town. Looks like look like it would be cheap, and you have that like you're close to Austin. So if you want to go to Austin for a weekend and all that stuff, I mean maybe it's more expensive because it's close to Austin, but yeah, Killeen seems like a pretty nice place to live. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, female bartenders tend to go the extra mile sometimes, and I guess it's just I don't know. I don't know. So just like I was saying before, female bartenders they've seen the worst of men, so don't feel bad if you're bringing multiple girls. To them, it's like, whatever, he's just doing his thing as long as he's treating me with respect and all that. I think what a lot of them, and this is just conjecture. If you guys know any female bartenders or were or are a female bartender, correct me. But I feel like they just like when guys are just normal, just live a normal life on their terms and are nice and respectful. Because I think they deal with such crappy versions of people: the drunk, belligerent, jealous, angry, sad, depressed people, versions of people. Because alcohol, that's what it does to us. It just brings out sometimes the worst in us, right? So when they see a guy that's just like switched on, gets it, very respectful, um, is able to like joke with her. I know obviously she has her job is to get the highest tip she can out of you, but she just likes like everyone else. They like a guy that's socially calibrated and has social proof. So yeah, I would say that's probably why. But I stand. I could be I could be wrong, right? But I think being well adjusted and socially calibrated, it's pretty rare. It's getting rarer these days. So when they see someone like that, like a strong handshake, or a well placed, well timed joke, or picking up a conversation where you left off, or asking about something they told you last week, stuff like that that shows like switched onness and just paying attention. That kind of stuff really people really like and appreciate. So they're like, "Oh crap, like I like this guy." Like he's about it. He's with it. So Walter says, "Definitely tip the bro bartenders well too. You will stand out." Yeah, like imagine how it looks like if you tip a female bartender $20 and a male bartender 10 for the same type of tab, you're gonna be seen as, you know, it's gonna stand out, right? Walter also says, haha, normal. That's true. It's weird being well adjusted nowadays. Yeah, it's weird being not weird. You know, it's just by having normal social skills and talking, you're miles ahead of the competition. I am, but I suppose people may appreciate that. Yeah. I agree. About 11 years ago, I used to go to the strip joint just to talk about to the Puerto Rican bartender. After a few weeks, she knew who I was, and by the way, she did not dance on the pole. Yeah, man. Going to the same bar is nice. It's like a second family almost. I don't know. Guys are like, yo, you shouldn't be at the bar, blah blah this, blah blah that. But yeah, man, if you want, if I think life is in projects, and if you just finished a big project, or you had you were like maybe Alex, you were on the road for a month, and you want a week off, or just 2 weeks off, or just relaxing and taking minimal jobs or something, then you go to the bar for as long as you want, right? So it's up to you. It's your life. So yeah. So, female bartenders also, they provide a lot of social proof and comfort. So if you bring a girl to a date and she sees that you're very comfortable with the bartender, that's also like a signal to her, like, oh, he's comfortable around women. He's not a creep. If the female bartenders trust him, then I trust him. So that's another thing. And don't believe these lies where, like, especially with Latinas, that they'll be jealous of the bartender. Come on, most women are like that. They're not psychotic. They're not like crazy, right? Maybe later on in the relationship, if she discovers that you're kind of a cheater or something, she may be more neurotic. But like on a first date, don't worry about being, obviously don't hit on the bartender. Like, please God, don't do that. But be sociable, be kind, be respectful, and a well placed joke, a well placed compliment, a well placed this and that is always appreciated, right? As long as you have the social skills to do that. So yeah, social proof's great. And I got it corroborated. Let me see if I can bring this up on. Hold on. Uh, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can present. Okay. All right. So, like Fort Worth Playboy corroborated this. Let me bring it up. Yeah, Fort Worth Playboy corroborated this. Consistently tip well, bartenders will be your ally and pick up. Yeah, and that's where it gave me the idea. So we have some of his followers commenting. There's a restaurant where I used to take all my dates. If I decided to take them to dinner, the manager would always be there, and he would see me bringing different girls all the time. Each time, he would give an approving nod and smile and be a good wingman for me every time. Yeah, they want you to win, guys. People want you to win. And think about yourself. If you were a manager, a bartender, stuff like that, some cool guy that like very friendly, cool guy that always treated you with respect and tipped well, and, came in with a hot chick, you'd be like, damn, man, he's getting it. You'd be happy for them. So think about that. Don't be shy. Bring some girls to the bar. Also, people like being around hot chicks. So if you're bringing hot girls to the bar, everyone likes being around hot women. So it's like, okay, well, cool, hot chick. He's making the place better because he's bringing a hot chick, right? French OG says lower barrier to entry for Europeans and UK people. They don't tip and don't even think about stingy. I don't know if I can say that, but you'll separate yourself from the masses. Yeah, yeah. Apparently, bartenders are tipped in Europe, unless it's us American customers. And then I have like a little personal story there. Yeah, art of the grease, doorman, bartenders, valet, concierges, room service, kids watching over the sled, streetwalkers, ROI undefeated. Yeah. Um, there's been a lot of threads. There was a lot of threads, especially in 2020, about what do you call it? Like locking down a place, locking down a bar, locking down a steakhouse, where you go there and you just tip like crazy, become friends with everyone, become a regular, and then when you go there, you get treated like royalty, you get treated like a celebrity, and that's what you want. Ultimately, you want to get treated like a celebrity, right? So for example, if you tip really well, let's say, I don't know, maybe you got a little extra cash for that day, and you want to make an impression. So you get a $50 tab, you tip 30, boom. You think they're gonna forget that? They don't forget that. They will not forget that. You're gonna be that man. You're gonna be that guy, right? And I'm saying go do that every time. Once in a while, man, there is an ROI, and it's a very positive ROI in life. And I've seen how a man that's willing, that's giving, and puts his money out into the universe gets so much. And I've seen men that just are super stingy and they're getting nothing out of the universe. It's just because it's a psychological thing, right? They hold on to every dollar thinking that every dollar is the last, and it's like a lack of abundance mentality, right? And a lot of guys have that, especially coming up there. They don't make as much money, but once you're in your early 30s and you start making decent money for the amount of life experience that you have and job experience, an extra $20 here and there is not really a big deal, right? So you go out there and maybe throw some money around. It usually will give you a positive ROI. And guys, don't be scared to tip well. So, um, if this person says preferably in cash. Yeah, I don't always carry cash. So, and then going to my tweet, my original tweet, doing pretty well, 177 likes. Uh, um, it's loading right now. Retweet it too. Um, I'd say we got wrecked beyond recognition. I've gotten the look before where the barmaid looked at me, recognized me, and then looked at the girl, but I was with a different girl, three different girls the same week in the same bar, got a raised eyebrow, went back to her usual task. Yeah, that's the most you'll get. The raised eyebrow, like, you know, and also female nature is female nature. So women are absolutely fascinated by men that are pulling lots of women, right? They just can't get enough. It doesn't mean that they're attracted to you per se. It just means that they'll keep an eye on you. They're just fascinated by men that are just good with women. That's just their biology. So don't fault them for that either. Um, get to know her and other bartenders are just social proof. Yep. Female bartenders just don't care in general. Yep, that's all. They usually want a good tip. We got Vavo saying, used to go to a restaurant bar by my house, took probably 13 different girls. They would actually treat me better, almost like a local celebrity when I showed up on a day. As long as I tipped well, it didn't matter. Yeah. And then I got more replies here. Yeah, we got my buddy Kung Flu Panda saying, the bartender at the local bowling alley by my place is the best wing chick I ever had. Tip well and don't be a dick. Yeah. Um, Pretty much, guys. Yeah, it really comes down to that. Tip well, don't be a dick, and then they're on your side. More people on your side than you think. I'm on your side. The chat's on your side. The bartender's on your side. God is on your side. Your friends are on your side. We're all on your side, right? You're gonna win. We're all gonna make it, right? And then we have let's see. I have another quote by an actual person that was in the service industry, Trina Nuance or Tree. She says, can confirm. I used to have a regular who brought dates to my section. I was down for the cause, and she would be like, quotes, the usual. I like her. Finally, you don't come in alone. He'd always ask for my honest read later. Offered me a job once. It was fun. He really was the man. He's married now. Yeah. Gorgeous. I don't know fully what happened, but it tore him up. A long phase of coming and sold before dating, and he got the place I worked at in the split. Yeah. So, at, at the end of the day, yeah, people really don't care that much. They want to see you win. So I got a super chat here. Is my internet messing up? Okay, so Tadio Velasquez says, I work as a waiter. I've seen some bad behavior. Only a handful of guys with good game. Most of the clients seem to be men, and the girls they come with are not very enthusiastic. Yeah, I'm guessing, Tadio, that you've had a good view, outside third party view of the of dates um and all that stuff from yours. So you probably have some really good experience when it comes to this stuff. And and like I was on a date last night where I wasn't enthusiastic. I didn't enjoy the date. I was bored. I was like, she halfway through the day she started bragging about her IQ, and I was like, are you serious? Like, why did I go out? I wish I would have stayed in. But yeah, it's I would say that dating, most people are not enthusiastic. They're bored. Men don't know how to be exciting, and then um, women are just they themselves just either unattractive or just don't, not demure, feminine. So really, it's both parties, and I could see that. So really good third party view there, Tadio. So yeah, so personal experiences for me. I when I moved to Dallas, I kind of scouted around, but it was more for like wanting to explore. Then I scouted around and found like, okay, where are the best places where there's plenty of seating and space? Where are the best places where the air conditioning's good? Where are the best places where it's not too fancy, where I feel like I have to dress up, or not too trashy, where like everyone here is ghetto. And then I found kind of like decent places, and I just started tipping. Like if I bought a $5 beer, I tip $5. If I had a tip a tab of $20, I tip 10. If I have a tab of $50, I tip 20. Like I really didn't have a lot of expenses at the time, and I wasn't strapped for money, thank God. So I just, I said, hey, a lot now that I'm moving to my first big city, I'm going to um kind of spend some money on entertainment, and part of my entertainment is going out. So yeah, I would bring girls there, and then I kind of zeroed in on a bartender, and then like bartender started asking me questions about my life, how my brother was doing. She introduced me to her husband. I got a little nervous because sometimes I would go to the bar and she would throw ice cubes at me across the bar, or across the floor, or across the bar. And I was like, hopefully she's not flirting with me, because her husband could be downstairs, or she thinks that there's something else beyond this. But yeah, was very respectful. She did mention some of the girls I brought. She's like, "Oh, what are you doing? You haven't seen you for a while. I haven't seen you on one of your little dates." Kind of like condescending. But that's women. Women in their nature. Women can't control the interest and the fascination they have with men that are actually going out there and seeing multiple women, right? And another thing, there's another bar that's a little more classy. Now I go to that bar because the air conditioning is great. It's much close, or not much closer, but it's closer, and it's a good first impression of like you as a man, especially at your age. Like, hey, and it's not fancy in that it's not that expensive, but like you can't go there in flip flops, right? Or like with super booty shorts for women. You have to dress a certain way, like maybe a dress or something, a summer dress or something like that, right? Um, but I took a girl there first date, and this happened like a couple times, but it was like the concert violinist Vietnamese girl that I kept mentioning. I took her there first date, and I kind of like, you assume every girl's promiscuous, but I don't. That doesn't mean trashy, right? There's girls that are promiscuous but not trashy, and I kind of say, okay, this girl is very classy. She's a concert violinist. She's 2 degrees. She's very smart, and the way she talks to me and all that stuff, just like it seems like she's a normal girl, right? So I took her to this place, and I think one of the bartenders there that knows me, I'm very polite with her. She brought me our first set of drinks, or a second set of drinks, inside this like little treasure chest with candles and a little plant and all that stuff. And she brought it to me, to our little like side table. Right? What is the message you're sending? She's not seeing that happen with anyone else. She's seeing happening with us, right? So she's like, "Wow, this is special. This is a special night." Like maybe he planned this beforehand. Maybe he just knows everyone. Maybe he's an important person here. Maybe her mind starts running, and she has this beautiful little arrangement, right? And those are the things, like, I will always tip her well, just because of that one time, because she pulled through for me that one time, right? And yeah, and you guys can use this to your advantage, right? If you like to use gentleman game or whatever, maybe give a flower to the bartender, and tell her, "Hey, I got you a flower." I don't know, whatever, make something up, right? But yeah, these are the experiences that kind of corroborate, like, hey, the bartender, especially female bartenders, are one of your greatest allies, as long as you do the things you're supposed to do, right? So, um, yeah, she had a great time, and I took her home that night, and we dated for a couple months. She was a great girl. To this day, I have nothing bad to say about her. She's still a wonderful, amazing woman. Too bad it didn't work. But other than that, yeah, it was a great night, and part because the female bartenders kind of want to see you win, and also if you're bringing in a hot or classy chick and you're very well dressed too, like if you go to a normal club or bar these days, you'll you'll find that a lot of people just aren't dressed. Yeah, t-shirts and tattered jeans or whatever. But if you're dressed, like I was last night, kind of like Cuban shirt, and then some pleated pants and some nice shoes, and the girls like wearing a dress and some heels. Like you add to the place, you add kind of like a classiness to the place. You look good. People like treating people good that look good and classy. So you're adding to the atmosphere. So sometimes you'll get free shots. Sometimes you'll get a free drink. Just because you're already at making the place a better place because of your presence and your how classy you look, and the girl's beautiful and classy. She doesn't have to be gorgeous, but like as long as she's dressed nice and classy, and people like that. People like to see that, right? So um yeah, if you guys have any other tips or comments or things that you've experienced, please comment below. You guys know where to find me. I'll put the link. Let me put the link tree in the chat. That way, you guys, all my stuff's there. Um, and yeah, you guys, thanks for watching. I know that it's a little early in the day, but I appreciate you guys um, watching me. My regulars. So thank you. And Tadio, thanks for your comment. Um, Walter, thanks for joining us. Shout out to Jack. I don't know if he's still watching, but shout out to Jack. Kate, thanks for watching me today. Um, let's see, Alex. Thanks for watching me. Be safe on the road. I don't know if you're heading out today, but be safe on the road. Um, and yeah, so I got and we have a comment. I got no tips. I suck at dating. That's why I'm here. Hey, man, it's okay. I suck at dating sometimes too. It's okay. Just get out there, do the best you can. It's not your fault that you. It's not even probably your fault, but you have to get out there and experience women. It's a very valuable skill to have. If you have any questions, you have all the guys in the space. You have me, Rule Zero, the books. Just make sure you put a little effort, and make sure you protect your mental health too, because it's crazy out there, right? But you have to learn about women. You're not going to swear them off anytime soon, right? So thank you for watching, Walter, and don't give up, man. And then yeah, Dermo says, Walter Phillip, that already puts you a little ahead. Yeah, not thinking you're the shit. Like I don't. There's a humility that comes with men that are experienced with women that you'll know right away. Like if as you talk to men, you'll realize that the men that get the most women, not by like just their money or their status, just like by talking to them and getting rejected constantly, those men have a certain humility about them because they know that, you know, in order to survive, you can't have an ego in this stuff. So anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time, and I will catch you guys next time. Goodbye.